So, how you feeling? So? You having pain? Where are you having pain?
You're the what doctor? Surgery.
Dr. Woods. Is the pain gotten worse since yesterday? Is the pain worse than yesterday or about the same?
He hasn't really complained about the gallbladder surgery. I think it's more the shoulder.
You feel bloated?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Any fevers? Or tachycardia or anything?
No fevers, no tachycardia. This is
Did GI talk to you?
They came in this morning. I didn't get to talk to them, but for what I understand, they just said that my concern was that because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
So in the color, but I guess that's normal.
Yeah.
And it's just waiting for healing, I guess.
So there's a chance that it may not heal on its own. And there's a chance that you may need a surgery to fix it. Because where the tear happened from that procedure is in a bad spot. And it's in a tough spot where the small bowel and the bile ducts kind of come together. Sometimes we will sit on it and hopefully the body heals itself and it'll be okay, but sometimes it doesn't.
And what's making that assumption that it's not? Is it?
I mean, he looks okay, and his labs,
symptoms?
I think, are just up because he had the procedure yesterday. But if he still continues with pain and stuff like that, there's a chance that the part of where the bile duct comes into the small bowel, that piece of small bowel is also injured, and it can leak.
Okay.
Basically, because it's the part of small bowel that comes right off the stomach. So it can leak with air and some fluid and things like that. And if he's continuing to have ongoing pain and things like that, it's worrisome. And his labs were a little elevated today from yesterday, but it just may be related to because he just had the procedure.
Okay.
So we're going to get some more labs this afternoon and see how things look. Okay?
And when will that be determined if he does?
What be determined?
If he needs surgery. I mean, obviously,
We'll see how he does today. And then we'll see what his labs look like. If his labs continue to get worse and he's not feeling better and he's still having ongoing pain or worsening pain, it's going to be worrisome.
Okay, and what is the surgery consist of? What is it? What is going to be done?
So again, because of the area, it's a difficult area. It could be a big surgery to kind of fix that.
And what are we talking about? Big?
Potentially reconnecting the bile ducts and stuff to that part of the duodenum. It just depends on what the injury looks like in the OR if we have to go there.
And what are the cons?
Cons of what?
Of what if it's not being fixed?
I don't understand. Cons
The
cons of surgery?
Yeah.
It would be. It's a big procedure, and going in there and putting the bile ducts and stuff back together. I mean, it's so typically in that scenario, what we usually do is for that surgery is common in patients that have cancer, pancreatic cancer. It'd be similar to a surgery like that, except he has an injury there instead. So it's a big surgery. There's no strong contraindications or cons to it if he absolutely needs it, if this doesn't heal on its own. But it's like any surgery. There's risk for adhesions and things like that down the line going forward in the future. But if he's not getting better and he needs it, he needs it. So I don't think he needs it right now, but we're going to keep a close eye on him and make sure that he's going to get better and heal this.
I guess what I don't understand is how is it repaired?
So it depends on what we find in the
there?
OR.
Okay.
Because we can't tell just by looking at a CAT scan or anything like that. We
The
have to
possibility
see.
be what? To add another piece, to do a
So it would
removal, to do
potentially taking out that part and then reconnecting it, basically. So I mean, it's not something that's uncommon, but it's not something that's like every day either. But we do it if we have to. So
I just don't understand what is going on.
So they did the ERCP procedure yesterday, right? To go in and look at the bile ducts, and there is a risk when they consented you for that procedure, or consented him for that procedure. There is a risk of injuring the bowel and the bile duct, and unfortunately, it's very minimal and usually doesn't happen. 9 out of 10 times it doesn't happen. Occasionally it does. Usually it heals on its own and it's okay because it's just a small injury and we can do nothing about it, which is what we're trying to do. But if that is not the case for him, he may need surgery to fix it. Okay? So we'll keep a close eye on him. Okay? So we'll get some labs this afternoon and see what they look like. Okay? And we'll kind of take it day by day and see how he's doing. Okay? So hopefully it heals on its own and we don't have to do anything about it. But we just need to keep a close eye on him. Okay? So, alright. We'll stop by later and check on him, okay? Any questions? Alright, bud. We'll check on you later, okay?